A very good evening. Welcome to UBC News Tonight. Once again, it is 10 p.m. and my name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. Today, the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has urged the counting officers at all levels to be strict in their duties, warning that they will be held accountable if anything goes wrong. Speaking at a Thanksgiving ceremony for Deputy Speaker of Parliament and Member of Parliament for Kirunda North Constituency, Thomas Tayewa, President Museveni emphasized that the role of politicians is appropriation. Speaker of Parliament Annette Anita Among said that Parliament will collaborate with the executive to combat corruption. She dismissed the youth demonstrations against her this week as the actions of self-seekers. Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayewa expressed gratitude to President Museveni for his trust, acknowledging that he is human and capable of making mistakes.
Muzeyi ninyenda kutwarogo mugisha kukusima abo bwese je buwantiremo ekinkuraganisa ninza kora kandi nkoresa amani nko mwana nimbasa kora nshobe nizibaho konka twine nko mushomesa witu kunkwija nankozere nshobe ngambe nshobe yanje kandi ningezo ndeba ngo kanti cyabe nshobe oriyo no twegesa oriyo no tukuza we bari kuteka mu bwesije we bari muzeyi.
The demonstrations that are in town now are out of that. They are demonstrating because they are self-seekers. They are saying these are people who do not want us to respect our values. And as Ugandans, as members of parliament, we will stand by the decision we made. You move around trying to destroy the country and saying Anita must resign. Resign and go where? I am still around. In the church today said I still have one term to serve. When I finish serving my 5 years in the next term, then I will give it to my young brother, Thomas. To take marching that you're marching for corruption. The first fighter for corruption is your good self. And we do appreciate. These members of parliament are not accounting officers. We do not account. The stealing, as the chairman said, does not start from parliament. Let's not demonize parliament.
Accounting officers, be very strict. Don't allow anybody to mislead you because you are the one responsible. If anything goes wrong, it will be you who will be held accountable. What I said in the local language was that, number one, our party, the NRM, came to deal with the disorientation of ideology. In the past, there was emphasis on politics of identity, religion, tribes. When we came, we said no, emphasize interests, not identity. Secondly, our politics is to solve people's problems. Health, peace, education, prosperity for all, infrastructure, that's our second mission. To solve people's problems, not to improve our CVs. Former president, former this, that's not what we came to do here. President Yawumura Wakorachi.
Moving on in more stories, President Yoweri Museveni, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of Uganda People's Defense Forces, has called upon leaders to prioritize solving the problems of Ugandans. The President made the remarks while commissioning the newly constructed Special Forces Command Operations Command, Control and Coordination Center at the SFC headquarters in Entebbe. Take a look.
The design and construction of the facility was fully undertaken by the SFC Civil Engineers Regiment. It has planning offices, CCTV camera monitoring and equipped with a geo-mapping room and gym, among other services. Commissioning the new facility, President Museveni saluted the UPDF leadership for professionalizing and improving the standards of the army through various initiatives.
The fire, which has got people to back or match it, will continue burning. So what we are seeing here is now back or match by you people, you the young ones. Adding more firewood to the fire, stimulating the old fire and adding more firewood. And that's why it says, it will not die out. It will continue burning because it has got people to back or match it.
He also pledged to continue improving the welfare of soldiers as well as their families through offering free education, healthcare, as well as free accommodation.
So you people who are in charge, make sure those government schools, army schools perform well. Because when they do that, you will no longer have the problem of having to send children in private schools, pay a lot of money. No. And the army schools can actually earn, because if they are doing very well, if you select good teachers, and they are doing well, the schools are doing well, the children of the soldiers will study free. But because of the reputation of the school, the wananchi can bring their children there. And then we charge them.
President Museveni reiterated the need to empower the spouses of soldiers by setting up various economic ventures, such as poultry farming on the available barracks land.
Let the spouses of the soldiers do economic activities using the free land of the army around the barracks. Poultry, knitting, weaving, all those activities.
The Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Jacob Oboth, informed the President that the new facility is more than a structure, describing it as the Army's strategic capabilities and a statement to their commitment to security, coordination, and excellence.
It symbolizes our readiness to face the complexities of modern defense and our determination to adapt to an ever-evolving global landscape.
The Commander Land Forces, Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga, who represented the Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, thanked the Army leadership for implementing the President's vision of transforming UPDF into a formidable force it is today.
Your Excellency, most of the new brigade headquarters that didn't have a home, now they have a home. They have housing units, armories, health centers, motorized infantry sheds, and armored sheds for the tanks, repairing of roads and bridges in the theater of operations, the construction of the terminal building at Entebbe Airport, construction of Nambole Stadium, ongoing construction of the fence at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds, etc.
The SFC commander, Major General David Mugisha, said that the high-tech equipment in the command center shall focus on realizing point number 2 of the NRM 10-point program, which focuses on the security of Uganda.
Your Excellency, sir, this era of intelligence characterized by complex, uncertain, and volatile operating environment, cyberspace threats, terrorism, and rapid technological advancements have taken center stage. The role of such a command center cannot be overstated in addressing the above non-traditional threats.
The function was attended by senior UPDF officers, political leaders, among others.
Moving on from that, President Yoweri Museveni, President Yoweri Museveni today has commended his Deputy Press Secretary Hajj Kirunda for being a productive and resourceful person. The President made the remarks in a virtual message delivered during the Thanksgiving ceremony for Hajj Kirunda following his successful return from Hajj last month. The Thanksgiving luncheon was held in Busede Village, Jinja District.
The event attracted big wins from the central and local government, private sector, religious and cultural denominations, among others. President Museveni thanked the Creator for enabling Hajj Kirunda to fulfill the fifth pillar of Islam, praying that he achieves all the best from the spiritual journey of Mecca.
I congratulate you upon fulfilling this important pillar in the Muslim faith. May this spiritual milestone deepen your faith and love for Allah and all people.
He also praised Hajj Kirunda for being an effective card of the national resistance movement, who serves the government with utmost dedication.
I thank Hajj Kirunda for demonstrating the qualities of an effective cadre. I thank you for using your various platforms, especially the media, to share the NRM's pro-people message on unity, development, wealth creation, and so on.
The President also reaffirmed his support to Hajj Kirunda's family following the death of his wife, the late Gladys Aliinza, last month. The Vice President, Her Excellency Jessica Aleper, said she was so happy to attend and support her son.
I can confirm that in Farouk I saw and continue to see amazing attributes of a self-motivated and highly disciplined person. I am a personal witness to his honesty, hard work, and dedication, which have endeared many of the people he has come across to trust him and successfully work with him.
She lauded Hajj Kirunda for sparing time to remember and thank God for what he has done for him. The Vice President also saluted religious leaders for supporting the government through faith-based education and health institutions, as well as poverty alleviation programs.
I thank all of you in Busoga for teaming up with Farouk, and I invite you to embrace the government programs, especially the parish development model, Emioga, women programs, youth programs, which are geared towards eliminating poverty from our households.
The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayewa, expressed gratitude to attend the function. He also commended the politicians from Busoga for working as a team to develop the sub-region irrespective of their political affiliations.
Abantu be Busoga ba MP bamwe unite kati je barina mpiranga ensanyusa mwe barekorera wamu bine bya politics tujja kubisotingurara.
The Katukilo Prime Minister of Busoga Kingdom, Dr. Joseph Muvawala, thanked Hajj Kirunda for being a big mobilization force in Busoga and Buganda at large.
Keep the faith. Keep walking. The sky is the limit for you.
On his part, Hajj Kirunda thanked the Vice President and all the people who attended his Thanksgiving. He also thanked His Excellency the President and the Vice President for standing with him during the trying moment when he lost his wife.
Nyabonendo okutuma okwebaza President abaana bano bonabona nga bwe bali President yatwala obuvunaanyizibwa bwabwe ajja kubayamba paka we balirekera okusoma beene.
Hajj Kirunda further noted that he was humbled that he managed to fulfill the fifth pillar of Islam. He said performing Hijjah doesn't mean that a person is rich or of influence, but it is a commitment of faith. The celebrations come a month after the death of Hajj Kirunda's wife, Miss Aliinza, who tragically passed on in a fatal motor accident on 27th June 2024. The Deputy Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Muhammad Ali Waiswa, also graced the event. Justin Nakami, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Justin Nakami. Mourners from all walks of life gathered this Sunday at St. Philip's Cathedral in Moreto Municipality to celebrate and eulogize Aleper Simon Peter, the former area member of Parliament and Central Committee member of the NRM party who died in a fatal accident on Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024. In a chat service, all speakers, including family members, referred to the late Aleper as a true patriot, a peacemaker, and a God-fearing man.
Mourners of this Sunday gathered at St. Philip's Cathedral in Moreto District for celebration service of the late former Member of Parliament and SEC member Aleper Simon Peter. In the company of the family members, the casket carrying the body of the late Aleper was wheeled into the cathedral at exactly past midday. The service was led by the Bishop of Karamoja Diocese, Right Reverend Michael Chauri.
The Son and the Holy Spirit.
Born to a polygamous father of 10 wives and 40 children, Aleper has been among the only 2 living members of this family.
The firstborn daughter to Honorable Aleper Simon Peter the late. Thank you all for coming and for supporting us. It really means a lot.
The lastborn of Honorable Aleper Simon Peter.
And may his soul rest in peace.
The widow recalled the early days of their relationship.
When I met my husband as a crazy teenager, we got pregnant. I got pregnant in senior 5. And that meant I dropped out of school. And I knew that when you drop out of school, that's the end of your life. Our teachers used to tell us when you get pregnant, you use your old uniforms to carry your baby. So when I got pregnant, I knew the uniforms are going to do the work. I knew I'd lost hope, but my husband was positive.
She too recalls how much love she has received from her husband.
This guy spoiled me. You know how when they're still dating you, you young women, you enjoy, but I've been enjoying at 43 years old today. He took me to expensive hotels. I don't know the price of a phone. He buys me all the latest phones, all the good things.
The family also shares grateful attributes to the president.
He called me and told me, Ika Koko, don't cry. Don't cry. Be strong. I am going to pay school fees for your children up to the university. I count on that promise. I count on you, my leaders, to follow up. Don't embarrass us, please. Don't leave us an alaro. You came home and talked to us. I will follow you. I will follow you. You know us voters, you know how we follow you? We shall pull you down. I will follow you until you follow up.
We shall all unite hands to follow up all he has promised the family, such that he is able to give it timely.
What he has promised to the family must start now. By next term, these children should be paid by State House.
With the MP or without the MP, that process will be followed. The president never tells a lie. The president never tells a lie.
To the oldest son in his father, Aleper Simon Peter was a great man who has shaped him.
Thank you for everything.
The service was attended by, among others, friends and local leaders.
What is that we can do that can keep the name of Asco continue shining?
He had characters that I noticed in him. One, he was so much committed to his work. He was a strong man, as everyone calls him the Rock. This is a man who stood firm. He never mixed his words.
Karamojong idea was first in him, and also had passion for his own country.
In more stories, the Vice-Chancellor of Clark International University, Professor Rose Clark Nanyonga, has appealed to students who seek education abroad to return and work in Uganda upon completing their studies. Professor Nanyonga emphasizes that this will facilitate knowledge transfer, contributing to the country's development.
Every year, a significant number of students pursue further studies abroad. Professor Rose Clark Nanyonga, Vice-Chancellor of Clark International University, urges these students to consider returning home to contribute to their country's development.
We know a lot of Ugandans who are living in diaspora, who have so much talent, are very well, highly educated. I believe I was among them, and I believe that I'm in the very small category of maybe 0.01% of Ugandans who return to their homeland. I do believe that education is designed to solve problems, and I do feel that the continent needs problem solvers. So I encourage students and a lot of Ugandans in the diaspora that, listen, we do have work to do at home, and we need more muscle and we need more shoulders to the wheel.
Professor Nanyonga was officiating at the 4th graduation ceremony for students who completed the Ontario Secondary School Diploma at Bronston Canadian Academy, Kampala. She challenged the graduates to share their aspirations that provide solutions to the challenges facing the Ugandan population.
Brilliant education and the career path you are embarking on, what problem do you want to solve?
I see how Ugandans, especially in my country, they don't appreciate mental health. Sometimes they think it's just because, you know, maybe it's life. Life is supposed to be like that. But I really look at citizens today and I think if only they talked about their problems, if only they got the support that they truly needed, then everyone would reach their full potential. And that's what I want to do for my country. I want to let everyone in Uganda know that your feelings matter and you're seen and you're heard and you're valued, and that's something a lot of Ugandans lack today.
The reason I'm doing business is because there is so much poverty, hunger, sickness around the world. So I want to start businesses that will help people out of their struggles, give people jobs.
Currently in Uganda, the film industry is still growing and I would love to be a part of it. And basically, film for me has been a very big thing, and I feel like film can change a lot of things in the world. The movies that we watch, the series that we watch, they really can change people socially, economically, in very many ways. So I think film will change the world. And
the director of Bronston Canadian Academy, Daphne Bukira, highlighted the importance of education in preparing people for the workforce and encouraging creativity and innovation, which in turn contributes to development.
Diploma can be accomplished after year 11 or S4, and it's only 1 year, and after that students can then continue on to universities. We have 100% admissions for students after that. It's easier for them to get admissions, especially in Canada. And
the Ontario Secondary School Diploma is a pre-university qualification recognized worldwide.
Sikuda Seed Secondary School in Sikuda Sub-County, Busia District is one of the 200 constructed seed schools built by government across the country to benefit sub-counties which initially had no public secondary school. The project is funded by the World Bank, and of course the construction of Sikuda Seed Secondary School is in line with the government policy of bringing education closer to communities. With over 200 students stretching from Senior 1, they expect to sit their first national examinations next year in 2025. The school was built at a tune of 3.1 billion Ugandan shillings, with much of the construction work done. Details follow.
In 2019, the initiative to establish a seed school in Sikuda Sub-County, Busia District began, in line with the government's policy to have a public secondary school in every sub-county that initially didn't have. Sikuda Seed Secondary School emerged from this vision. The school land was given by later Sikuda Church of Uganda at a free cost to make education accessible to the community and to minimize the trekking of long distances in search of better education.
Land which we donated is 7 acres, which is now where the school is ongoing by construction. As the church, we don't have any interest about that land. We just donated it freely because of that government program.
Mohonji Peter, the founding head teacher, recalls how the school expanded to cater for education needs in Sikuda sub-county and to embrace the government policy of education for all.
With about 10 students in 2019, and those we began with in 2019, the 10 students in senior 1, only 4 were able to do senior 4 by 2023 because of the effects of COVID. Some of them had to drop out. However, as I speak now, the school has caught up and we have a population of about 200 and above.
The school's mission is anchored on fighting illiteracy in communities, equipping illiterates with knowledge, skills, and moral values to become catalysts for societal change. It's this vision that will become a cornerstone for holistic and quality education.
And it's going to save these children who have been dropping out of schools after primary. And we also request the government to consider other lower local governments without secondary schools.
Located 60 miles from Busia town, Sikuda Seed Secondary School offers education from senior 1, teaching both arts and science subjects. Practical agriculture forms a core part of their curriculum, focusing on banana, cassava, and maize cultivation.
In the new structures, we have 3 classroom blocks, which have 2 classrooms in each, so those are going to be 6 classrooms. We're also privileged to have a main hall. We're also privileged to have an administrative block. We are privileged to have a science unit, that's a laboratory.
The school employs 32 trained teachers and serves over 200 students, supported by 4 non-teaching staff.
We hope that this school will help to enroll many secondary school children.
Students pay 90,000 shillings per term, covering lunch and exam stationery. The first all-level examination is scheduled for 2025, with 16 students expected to sit for exams.
When we compare Sikuda Seed with other schools, the utilities we pay here, it is less. So Sikuda Seed is cheap. In other schools, they pay a lot of school fees.
The head teacher Mohonji highlights the school's positive impact on the community and staff, enhancing administrative and communication skills among teachers and fostering stronger relationships with students.
This school has done a lot to the teachers. Our teachers have also bettered their, their CVs, be exposed not only to one office but to several offices concerning the education ministry and even our local government.
Students like Katoko Farida Senior 1 and Nawira Anet Senior 4 appreciate the school's proximity, having previously faced risks like defilement and harsh weather trekked long distances to distant schools.
We have been getting very many problems like raping and defilement, because we used to wake up very early in the morning around 5.
On our way, we get many temptations, sugar daddies, because I want to reach at school.
Lydia Nalongo Mugeni and Namkote Mwajuma commend the school for mitigating transport challenges and providing educational opportunities.
Dinesanyu lingi ekitundu kyaffe Sikuda okukulaakulana mu essomero eryo. Tubadde tulina ekizibu ekyo nga kinene nnyo nga kituluma ku mutima. Abaana okutambulanga olugendo kuva wano paka Busia, ate abalala tetulina sente. Olina sente z'okusomesa omwana naye kagaali tolina, eza boda tolina, omwana atambuza bigere ng'abaana abawala babadde bali kugwa mu bizibu. Kati wagenda
okuba essomero lino tubadde tetulina kasiriri wano liri yo mu Mbale we Kampala liri Mbale liri Wadururo ne tusigalira wano itutukose bulungi okuleeta amagesi ago okutuyambira okumpi ngaffe abasadde abatasobola transporting eyo okututuusa wala.
The Sikuda parish expresses gratitude to government for having initiated the Seed School project, easing the burden on communities.
We shall achieve a lot because now it is within our area. We are able to monitor, to make a follow-up.
The learners will have a positive about studying. The new curriculum matches has its own challenges, but we are pushing on well.
Makanga, the Senior Education Officer of Busia District, provides insights into the construction progress and budget of the school, emphasizing its anticipated impact on the community.
It is our pleasure that finally Sikuda Sub-County has got a secondary school, and it's going to save these children who have been dropping out of schools after primary. And we also request the government to consider other lower local governments without secondary schools, including Tira Sub-Town Council.
Despite its successes, challenges include delayed or unpaid school fees due to the predominantly low-income parent population, voluntary staff operations, and transport issues for teachers.
The scholastic materials we have are not enough, obviously. This curriculum is of a kind that whenever a teacher is in the class, the learner must have a learner book.
Currently, the school is nearing completion with well-ventilated classrooms, an administration block, a library stocked with basic textbooks, a laboratory with essential equipment, and accreditation as a UNEB examination center. As completion nears, stakeholders look forward to the school's continued benefits and advocate for additional government support for lower governance structures in Busia District. Shaidat Nasakun, Martin Sando, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Shaida Naseku and Martin. The West Nile and Rwenzori regions are experiencing improved healthcare delivery thanks to a 4-year project titled Leveraging Strategic Health Financing for Universal Health Coverage. The Federal Kingdom of Belgium, through its development agency, Enabel, has invested 4 million euros in the Ministry of Health. This funding aims to provide basic equipment to health facilities, support regional equipment maintenance centers, and supply solar power and wash facilities to emergency units.
The Ministry of Health in Uganda allocates significant funds for procuring healthcare equipment and tools, yet there is frequently breakdown due to preventable causes. The health workshop manager, Rwenzori Region, Engineer Kasami Joe, says many technical and healthcare providers are unable to properly operate medical equipment due to lack of exposure and advancing technology, resulting in frequent breakdowns and deteriorating healthcare services.
When Enable came in, the equipment functionality, the percentage was a bit low. But when they came with the interventions, training users, providing spares, funding for technicians to go out and carry out activities, at least the facilities, at least they was able to move to more than 11 facilities, up to 27.
The Kingdom of Belgium, through the Belgian Development Agency, Enabel, has invested 4 million euros to improve the quality of healthcare in hospitals in the Rwenzori and West Nile region. By building and equipping healthcare infrastructures, Enabel collaborates with the Ministry of Health to increase geographical access to quality healthcare.
We have achieved a lot, countless to mention, but access to health services or basic health services has improved across time. We're talking about access to vaccines, we're talking about access to maternal care, just like how the policies guide us that a mother should have a minimum of 4 visits, and so we've been able to move, antenatal care services.
Enabel's collaboration with the Ministry of Health workshops has underscored the significant need for support in equipment preventive maintenance, repairs, and user training. Under the Leveraging Strategic Health Financing for Universal Health Coverage project, many technicians and medical workers have been retooled.
You'd find, like in the care of neonates, the newborn. They bring incubators, they bring warmers, they bring concentrators, they bring oxygen splitters, but we don't know how to use them. We've been in health facilities, you find it is new the way they brought it. Nobody wants to use it. All they are using it in a box. So we went down there after getting training, also sponsored by Aleper.
Trained on how to use our machines like the incubators, warmers, and how to connect the oxygen, how we can utilize our oxygen.
The project focuses on improving the utilization and quality of healthcare services, such as reducing maternal and child mortality, improving immunization rates, and enhancing access to essential healthcare services.
Every time we've got, for example, babies that really needed a service that needs 24 hours of oxygen with a very unreliable power grid, that was already a problem. So the fact that Aleper came on board and then gave us the solar systems, at least we're now able to run all our machines comfortably without issues.
Before Aleper came in to support us with the solar system, generally we used to have difficulties with supporting the machines because we had powers on and off.
Aleper has facilitated maternity wards, including neonatal intensive care units, theatres and inpatient wards in the two regions with solar power installations and procurement of medical support equipment in the last 4 years.
To begin with, Aleper supported capacity building, helping us to learn and get new skills and knowledge to manage mothers and babies. And under that, we've been able to have nurses and midwives trained to handle emergency medical services.
With such interventions, there is no doubt that maternal and child mortality levels will significantly reduce.
Amanya gange nze Namtebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanye eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable. Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
You're still watching UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Kyomugisha, and Mugalu Mohammed on Sign Language. Welcome back from that short commercial break. So the Director of Mobilization at the National Resistance Movement, Dr. Rosemary Seninde, has condemned the youth who habitually disrespect leaders, stating that such behavior will no longer be tolerated. Seninde spoke at a Thanksgiving ceremony at Kadimero Souls Redemption Church in Makerere, Chikone.
The Director of Mobilization at the National Resistance Movement, Rosemary Seninde, has said that many youth have resorted to uncouth behaviors which demonstrate disrespect towards their leaders.
Appeal to my fellow Ugandans to remember that leaders are chosen by God. President Museveni is a leader who was chosen by God. So it is important for our young people to respect our leaders, to respect President Museveni, and remember that God works through him to give us peace and to secure our country. So we must not undermine or underlook our leaders, because every leader is chosen by God.
Senator appealed to parents to instill good morals in their children and above all, to teach them to honor God.
Parents leave home very late, very early in the morning when children are still sleeping, and they come back late when children are already asleep. So parents don't get enough time to nurture their children, to talk to them, to guide them. And this is very bad for the world, because we must not forget that what children learn as they grow is what they take up. If parents don't find time to nurture their children, to help them, to guide them and teach them to know God, it's a very big problem to this country.
The lead pastor of Karimero Souls Redemption Church, Charles Mokondane, emphasized the importance of peace in a country, reiterating the significance of mutual respect.
Our youth here in Uganda died in such scenarios. So I don't agree with violence. We can sit in peace. Opposition may be there, but we can sit on table and we see another way not to demonstrate, because we have ever experienced demonstrations here and our fellow brothers have died in such a incidents.
Mokondane called upon Christians to walk in the footsteps of Jesus so that their prayers can be answered.
There is no way the good Lord will bless you with good things when you are not good, you personally. You may ask me, how can I be good? It is simple in his commandments. He said, if you love me, then obey my commandments. Obeying his commandments is to live like Christ. If Christ says, walk like this, walk the way he says. But many Christians, they gather in churches today, but you find that their attitudes and characters, they don't match in the line of the word they preach and the word they claim they know.
The Thanksgiving ceremony was characterized by singing praises and thanking God for the direction in which he is leading the church. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Rotary International's Kampala SSA branch, in collaboration with the Rotary Club of Masaka, made a significant impact on the community by providing free medical treatment to over 500 residents. Take a look.
The health camp held at St. Bruno District School was organized to mark the 31st coronation anniversary of the Kabaka of Uganda. A wide range of medical services were offered, including treatment for malaria, eye conditions, dental issues, gynecological cancer screenings, AIDS and tuberculosis. Additionally, the Rotary clubs launched a campaign to build a new toilet facility for the girls at the school.
Ssaabasajja agenda kuza emyaka 30 ng'ali ku Namulondo ate nga Ssaabasajja ayagala nnyo ebyobulamu, so Rotary naffe tukolagana nnyo ne Buganda ne Mmengo, era olusiisira lwaffe luno lukwataganidde bulungi nnyo n'eby'Emmengo nga tukulisa Ssaabasajja okuweza emyaka 31 ku Namulondo. Ssaabasajja awangaale. Olusiisira luno lwe tukoze olw'obulamu twalutegeka okujjanjaba abantu ab'ekitundu kyaffe, okulaba nti tuyambako ne ku gavumenti.
Dennis Kalyango of the Rotary Club of Masaka City said the health camp is their way of honoring his dedication on this special day. While the government has made substantial efforts in health care, there are still significant needs that remain unmet. We hope our efforts today can make a difference.
We developed a partnership between the Rotary Club of Masaka and Kampala SSA, and we developed a project of community outreach at Saza. So today we are here to reach out to people who have different types of diseases, who want to be tested with HIV testing, pressure, diabetes, and apart from the medical side, we have the legal clinic where we have brought lawyers who are volunteers, and these lawyers are from the Rotary Club of Masaka and the Kampala SSA.
Patients expressed their heartfelt thanks to the Rotary and the King for their focus on health. Many shared their struggles with inadequate medicine supplies in public hospitals and noted that today's initiative has been incredibly beneficial.
Era tumwagaliza Mukama amuwe obulamu obulungi ayongerera okutukolera kino ntawanyizibwa puleesa n'amaaso ago g'amaaso go gagana kigalabira ddala.
Abalwaliro tugakozesa abalagala tetugafuna abamu bate batugamba nti tegaliiwo ne tugenda n'ogagula mu gundi okuwandikira olupapula n'ogenda n'ogagula ebbali mu kiriniki. Mbadde ndwadde alusaazi nga zimpisa bubi nnyo neebaza nnyo abasawo ba Rotary Club okujja okutujanjaba wane ku ssaza ewaffe ku St. Bruno. Era bakoze bulungi nnyo kubanga endwadde zibadde zitutawaanya naye okuva beebaza ate ne batuwa omukisa ogwo tubeebaza.
Alusaazi tugenda zibbanga ddene nebaza abasawo baze kutunya olwaleero waddamadagala kumumusaaga tonde tugenda kuwona.
The successful health camp stands as a proof to the Rotary Club's obligation to supporting and uplifting communities.
In a powerful call for a balanced approach to education, Dr. Godfrey Mbowa, a Catholic priest, urged parents to seek schools that nurture both academic excellence and moral values for their children. He was the main celebrant at St. Teresa Namiryango Girls Boarding School, where 218 pupils received their first Holy Communion and made a commitment to their faith.
It was joyous celebrations as 218 pupils of St. Teresa Namiryango Girls Boarding School received their first Holy Communion. This was during a mass celebrated by Reverend Father Dr. Godfrey Mbowa, who emphasized the vital role of parents in shaping their children's future through holistic education, one that not only prioritizes academics but also instills strong moral principles.
You brought your daughter when she was probably in P1 and now she has progressed in class and age. Believe it or not, by the time your daughter will leave this school, she will be a changed person. In structure, in body, the way she listens, the way she respects people, the way she serves her God, the way she conducts herself. But when someone asks you,
the headmistress of St. Teresa Namiryango, Sister Florence Nalumo, echoed this sentiment, encouraging the girls to nurture their faith as a foundation for their future.
Today, we are having our little children receiving First Holy Communion in their lives for the first time, and then having another group committing themselves. They are having their commitment in faith.
We spoke with some of the girls who received their first Holy Communion.
The reason why I'm receiving final commitment, when I grow up, I don't want to change their religion, and it makes us soldiers of Jesus Christ. Today I am receiving first Holy Communion for the first time. I am so happy that I will receive the Lord of Jesus Christ.
The celebration at St. Teresa Namiryango is a reminder of the importance of holistic education. Benon Mukwaya, Vincent Wamundo in Namiryango.
And of course, the Jalsa Salana of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community UK has once again reinforced the spiritual bond between man and God, fostering a profound spirit of brotherhood and peace. His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Maror Ahmed, the head of the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community, delivered an inspiring message of faith and unity. Take a look.
The purpose of this event is to strengthen the link of
the annual Jalsa Salana of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Community UK attracts thousands of attendees, and this year saw preparations for over 40,000 guests. Men, women and children from across the globe gathered for this 3-day convention, embodying the universal message of peace and brotherhood.
Of course, we know that when the children grow up, sometimes they challenge parents
Even sometimes I receive letters when the parents are complaining that our children have gone astray, whereas these parents are fully aware, or should be fully aware, that these children getting astray, it is because of your character, because of your examples. It is because of the connection which they should have with Allah Almighty and which is lacking. And it is because what is supposed to be offered to them is not offered to them in time. And if you become an example right from childhood.
Given the event's significance and scale, it was broadcast live via satellite TV to a global audience with simultaneous translations in multiple languages including Arabic, German, Russian, French, Twi, Yoruba, and Swahili.
And the starting point of peace and harmony, peaceful coexistence, is our homes. And the one who controls the home is the mother. If a mother, a caring mother, takes responsibility of educating the children to value what we call peace, by infusing in them the teachings of Islam most especially, we expect in the near future to have such citizens who are law-abiding and peaceful.
Attendees were moved by faith-inspiring speeches delivered by scholars and senior members of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. These speeches emphasized the importance of spiritual growth, peace, and the unity of mankind. The day was marked by several highlights, including His Holiness Address, followed by interviews with dignitaries such as the President of Nigeria and various attendees, all expressing their admiration and gratitude for the event's spiritual and communal impact. The final day promises to be even more memorable, providing a fitting conclusion to a truly spectacular and spiritually uplifting weekend. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Welcome back to the business segment of UBC News Tonight. The Uganda Matters University alumni have been urged to create business networks amongst themselves. This was during their annual general meeting held at the university, where the Vice Chancellor of the university, Professor Patrick Chamanyo, asked them to promote the university brand out there. Now, of course, they were also urged to strengthen their relationship with the alma mater.
Today we are having the alumni homecoming here at the main campus at Nkozi. The alumni homecoming is an event where past students come back to reminisce their experiences here, but also to appreciate the developments that are happening at the university and to be able to give ideas, to be able to give feedback, but also to receive new information from the university. It is very, very important that a university or any institution worth its name keeps in touch with the alumni, because it is through the alumni that the institution can grow. And I have challenged them to be exercising the 4 A's that I would like the alumni to be doing for us. One, I've told them that they have to be advisors to the university, because they are out there in the field They are experiencing the real life out of the institutional life at the university, and therefore can feed back into the quality of our programs, especially as we do the curriculum review. They can come back and advise students, mentor them. I've also asked them to be ambassadors, that's the second A, that when they are out there, they are really representing the name. And as you can see behind me, those are the virtues and the motto of the Uganda Matters University.
Our objective is to see how we can create an alumni organization that transcends with global networks, that sends the values of the university across borders. And this is what we are trying to do. We are not just an institution of a collection of former students. No, we are strategic, intentional, and purposeful to make sure we can implement the values of the founding fathers of this university.
The agenda was mainly the AGM, but also a homecoming, an event that we do once every year. We come back to Uganda Matters University here, usually at the main campus, to create those memories, you know, to remind ourselves of how we used to live a life here, how we moved around the villages, we ate fruits, we were friends with the people in the villages. We revisit our...
From the sports desk, the Ministry of Water and Environment, in cooperation with the Rwizi Catchment Management Team and supported by the Worldwide Fund for Nature, successfully conducted the 3rd Save River Rwizi Marathon 2024. The event aimed to promote sustainable practices and restoration efforts to prevent the extinction of River Rwizi. Were very fruitful. Take a look.
Mbarara City hosted the Save River Rwizi Marathon 2024, attracting development partners from various agencies, companies and organizations, including Worldwide Fund, LATO, Uganda Breweries Company Limited, Abahumuza Group, National Water and Sewage Corporation, and Accord Uganda. The Director of Water Resources Management, Dr. Kalista Stindi Mugaya, presided over the marathon, featuring a 21-kilometer run starting at Bomaka Mkuzi in Mbarara City. He highlighted the increasing demand for water for human consumption and industrial use, which boosts job creation and income. He urged the public to protect and participate in the restoration of degraded wetlands that feed River Rwizi.
The amount of water that has been in River Rwizi has been very low. But I must say that the work that has been done, we have restored over 10 wetlands now. Now they are storing the water, so we see the waters of River Rwizi coming up, but they are not yet at the level we want them to be. So with the continued action, with the continued restoration, with the continued water harvesting on the hills, and also protecting the river banks and tree planting, we expect that the River Rwizi will come up. As I said, right now National Water is trying to get water from Kagera in Isingiro, and these are many, many kilometers, and that water comes from Rwanda, Burundi. It is coming with a lot of silt.
The Conservation Programs Director at Worldwide Fund, Simon Peter Weladong, emphasized that the marathon aims to raise awareness about the environmental challenges facing River Rwizi and the urgent need to address them.
You know, the pressure is there to look for whatever space to grow crops, but it is more damaging for you to cultivate up to the riverbed, because rain will continue to wash away the soils, and even that soil will become unproductive.
Now, Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, Thomas Tayewa, has pledged to help promote sport, particularly in schools. This commitment was conveyed by Dr. Ebitecherezo Medad, Chairman of the National Drugs Authority, who represented Tayewa at the Sports Day at St. Mary's College, Chisube in Wakiso. Students showcased their talents in various sports, including running, rugby, football, and tennis. Details for now.
emerged as the champion of the Federation of East Africa Secondary Schools Sports Association in Rwanda last year. Among the top performing schools was St. Mary's College Chisubi, which will represent Uganda in rugby at international tournament in Monaco. The school is determined to bring home the international championship.
The students are really putting in the effort as themselves, and the school is giving us the push us to where we need to be.
Willing to defend our title. We came short of our goal, especially when it came to seasons and nationals, but I believe the team is ready 100%. They've been putting in the work and it's going to reflect on the pitch.
Because we are the winner of this trophy gets to go to Monaco to represent their country in the World Schools Games, rugby games.
The Member of Parliament for Bovuma Island, Megade Robert Ndugwa, emphasized the importance of investing in sports in schools, noting its significance as a global industry.
So there has to be a close relationship between the Parliament and the government if sports is to develop. And today sports is not only fun. Sports is also tourism, it is a job.
He stated, while Parliament has supported sports, more government funding is needed as sports alongside tourism remains a vital sector for the country.
For what is happening, Parliament and government together, we have advocated for different budgets. Today as we talk, every district, including my district Buvuma, gets 40 million shillings to develop sports.
During the Sports Day, Dr. Vite Cherezo Medad conveyed Deputy Speaker Thomas Taiwa's message, which included a donation of 5 million shillings to support the students representing Uganda at the World Rugby Championships in Monaco.
Based on that one, I can tell you the Parliament of Uganda is committed to giving money to the Ministry of Education and Sports to make sure that sports in this country is very, very supported.
Taiwa encouraged students to engage in sports, highlighting its health benefits and potential.
But he is urging all parents to be very good parents and advise sons to be very good citizens of Uganda.
The sports tutor at St. Mary's College Subi, Ronald Mogalu, highlighted the benefits of learning sports and the reasons for the school's investment in sports, expressing confidence in their readiness to defend their trophies.
Also now sent a team for badminton for East African Games. So we are coming up because we are not only seeing that boys must only sit in class and only participate in their academics. We should also bring up their talent.
Benon Mukwaya and Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
That's all we had for you. Thank you so much for being a part of UBC News tonight at 8 and at 10 p.m. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha with Mgalu Muhammad on Sign Language. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed night and a great week ahead of you. Bye-bye.